Okay, I continue from where the previous video stopped. I have these values. I will first erase them. Now, what I want to do is to count how many people got A, how many people got B, C, D, etc. Or count how many A's, how many B's, C's exist in this range of cells. So I have to write the formula here. First of all, to write a formula, I have to write equal symbol. Then what I want to do is to count. Count if a certain criteria is satisfied. I say count if. It tells me to check range, so I have to check from A2 to A14. If I will write it down, I write A2 colon A14. Be careful about it. Now, do I need to lock these or not? When I will copy the second line, fourth line, I want all of them to look at the same range. I don't want them to move. So when I move down, the row numbers increase. Therefore, I have to lock the row numbers. So this is the range. Now, what is my criteria? I want to count this value, which is A. For this line, I wanted to count A. For the other line, I wanted to count B. For the other, C. So I will not lock this one. Okay, I press enter. I see it is 4. Now I copy. I see it counted B's, which is 3, C 3. This is this looks as at this line C4, and in the same range it looks for C. Okay, just as I wanted. Here are the correct values. Now, a final example about absolute reference to see when we log um, rows or columns or both of them or none of them. Okay, so there are four possibilities. Either we log nothing, or we log just the row, or we log just the column, or we log both of them. Depending on what we want to do, we can choose which one to use. Okay, let's say that I write a formula here. A1. It looks at this cell. Lowercase and uppercase doesn't matter in Excel. If you want, you can write like this, or as I wrote before, it doesn't matter. Okay, it writes me the value in A1. So what happens if I copy this formula to right? It will shift, and it will look at 3. This one will look at, sorry, this one will look at C1, which is 6. So I didn't lock column, so when I copy, it changes from A to B to C. Similarly, if I copy down, it will look at row 2, row 3. So this is A1, this is A2, this is A3. Because I didn't lock anything, just as in here, nothing is locked. If I move right, the column change. If I move down, the row changes. Now, let's say that I want to lock the row. So in this formula, I will write lock the row. Okay, what do you think will happen when I copy it down? They will stay as 5. Why? Because it looks at A1, it stayed as 1, it stayed as 1, it looks at the same cell. But what if I copy right? Did I lock the column? No. So will it be shifted? Yes. Let's see it. I copy. Um, yes, the column shifted. It became B. The column became C. It is shifted. So if I don't want the column to change, then I have to lock the column. I put it before the column, I lock the column. If I put before the number, before the row, I lock the row. Okay, I locked A. What happens if I copy right? A will not change, it is locked. So it is still A, it is still A. What about the number? I didn't lock it, but it didn't change. I am already on the same row, I didn't change the row. But if I copy down, the row will change because I didn't lock it. So row becomes 2, rows become 3. Now, the final example is if I lock both of them. Now, I want to lock both the column and the row. In this case, when I move right, column will not change. When I move down, row will not change. It will look at A1 in any other place that I copy the formula. So let's see it. I copy, it is 5, 5. I copy, it is 5, 5. Why? Because this is A1, this is A1, this is A1. I locked both A and 1. I locked both of them. This is how it works. I hope it is clear.